Dying with dignity means that if you have the opportunity, you know that you're terminally ill, and you've made this decision that you don't want to suffer, and you don't want your relatives to suffer, with worrying about you or feeling bad for you, or the expenses, of course, but that's not the most important thing. But you don't want anything prolonged that's unnecessary. You've lived a full life. You've lived your life the way you could and the way you wanted to, hopefully. And that you want to pass on with a peaceful feeling, not an agony. That it's your decision. Who else? It can't be anybody else's decision. It's yours. And you've asked for help in carrying out your decision. And you're getting that help.
I'm not sure if there is actually a death with dignity. I think we sometimes like to think we can plan for how we really are going to die. But in the American medical situation as it is, it's very hard to pull that off. And I think more we should be prepared to handle what happens and deal with that. If I was thinking of myself and I wanted to die with as much dignity as possible, I would be home with my family surrounding me. I would be as pain-free as they could make me, and I would just close my eyes and die. But very seldom is that exactly what happens. Sometimes family members can't tolerate to be there. Sometimes family members can't make it in time. Sometimes, no matter what our best efforts are, we cannot totally control the pain issues without doing a total terminal sedation project, or what? Terminal sedation method. And so sometimes there are a lot of unpleasant things that go along with dying. But for me, the main issue is that we have a dignified death would be one that is in your own control as much as possible.
So I just signed an advance directive, which will allow my family to make a decision about my end-of-life choice, should I be incapacitated. And my sister is the designee. I spoke with her about this a week or two ago, so that if something happens to me, if I get in a car wreck on the way home and I get put in a coma, she will know exactly what I want to happen to me. And I feel a lot better about things now. I've always kind of wanted that to be the decision that was made, but I've never let anybody know. And now it's in writing, and I'll keep it in a safe place, and she'll have a copy, and I think that's the right thing to do. And I'm really happy that it's now over.
I think that advance directives should be just that, directives. I don't want a doctor trying to talk to my family and saying, but she would be happier. No, I wouldn't. If I was going to be happier, I wouldn't have done the advance directives in the first place. My children will honor my wishes. I want the doctors and hospitals to honor my wishes, not to try to get that extra $1,500, $1,600 a day, whatever it is. I don't want to live on tubes like a vegetable. If it's time to go, I just want to go.
Death, as I mentioned earlier, in this day and age, doesn't take place rapidly because of the availability of tools which can make people live for periods of time. And in that period of time, sometimes the patient, for a variety of reasons, the patient is not in a position to state whether they would want the next step in the treatment. So advance directives are a tool which you can use, and we recommend that everybody use that tool to state explicitly what they would like to do if they were sick and they were not in a position to speak for themselves. Before they get sick, they make a statement that I do not want this and I do not want that. I won't go into all the details of what are the different steps, but if you state clearly before you are dying, before you are sick even, and you discuss that with your friends and family and your doctor, and let them know that you would not or would like to have certain types of treatment when you are very sick. So you make that very clear, and by law, advance directives have to be followed by the physicians who are taking care of you. All the medical providers taking care of you are expected by law to follow that.